Well, we got more weights and fish.
There we go!
Lake Cascade jumbos are out of control, and northern pike don't get much bigger than this. We got that and more coming up right now in Target Walleye's Top 5 presented by Seafoam. Let's dive on in. So last spring, a dude caught what was supposedly a new Kansas state record crappie that weighed 4.07 pounds, just actually a little less than an ounce heavier than the old state record that had stood for 60 years. But recently, that new crappie record was seized and wiped from the record books, which left folks demanding answers. And those answers included a couple of steel ball bearings.
Oh, God, not this again.
So the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks received a tip from an eyewitness that the fish had first been weighed at a different location, a different bait shop, and weighed only 3.73 pounds at the time. So of course the anonymous dude was a little bit perplexed as to how this fish could weigh a quarter pound or so more on a different certified scale not very long after.
Something's not right here.
And it says here that when Kansas DWP staff used a handheld metal detector to scan the fish, the device detected the presence of metal. So they took the crappie to Topeka Zoo where they ran it through an x-ray machine and found two metal balls embedded in the fish's belly. I can only assume that the dude's response as to how was probably something like this.
How'd that get in there?
Yikes. I will keep you posted if there's any new updates on these shenanigans. Number 2. It's no secret that Idaho's Lake Cascade is known for its world-class jumbo perch, but this next one is on a whole nother level. Patrick Miles recently caught this paunchy 15-incher that weighed 2.87 pounds, which is just 5 ounces shy of the state record. Here's another angle of that fish just to help you get your bearings as to just how ridiculous that fish was.
Do the do.
I seriously can't even imagine. I mean, that thing could take down that Mountain Dew can if it was hungry enough. So the current Idaho state record perch is a 3.22 pounder caught March 2021 by Adam Mann, also out of Lake Cascade, and that went 16.25 inches long with a 15.5 inch girth. Look at how small it makes these little itty bitty 14 inchers look. Good grief. Something that you might not know is that Lake Cascade was basically brought back from the dead back in the early 2000s when Idaho Fish and Game removed predators such as pike minnows, which don't look anything like a pike or a minnow, and transplanted about 850,000 adult perch to breathe some life back into the system. And it's been thriving since then. There's been a couple of state records caught and even a couple of world line class records. So props to them, and you know what? I'm gonna need to head over that way and get in on some of that jumbo fun for myself. It's long overdue. This new British pike record is an absolute unit. It was caught by Lloyd Watson at Chew Valley Lake. I'm not sure how long it was, but it weighed 47 pounds, 5 ounces. What an incredible fish. And equally as cool is that they got a few pics and weight and gave her a smooch and sent her off back where she came from to get even bigger. I want to give a shout out to a company that's constantly pushing the envelope to change the way that things are done on the water. And believe it or not, it's actually a pontoon company. It's called Premier Marine, and they make a whole bunch of different incredible pontoons of all shapes and sizes. But they've also got a model called the Sensation Angler, which is actually designed with some fishy features for us. It's got a live well, tackle storage, rod holders, and my favorite, the panels that swing open and out of the way so it doesn't feel like you're fishing in a pontoon, because you can actually get to the catch that you're trying to catch. But wait until you see what they've got up their sleeves. And now, they just recently outed their new Troll and Stow trolling motor system. And as you can see, the trolling motor flips up out of the floor when you're fishing, and then it can be completely hidden under the deck when it's not in use and you're maybe headed to the sandbar or restaurant. The term game changer gets thrown around way too much in the fishing and boating and every single industry, but this is truly innovative stuff that they're coming up with. So props to Premier Marine for pushing the envelope and for thinking about us fish heads. I don't know what the heck is going on with this little mutant rainbow trout mixed with a frog-looking butterball that Troy Adams caught, but I can't stop looking at it, and I just hope that we get the chance to see it again after it's hit its growth spurt.
Ribbit.
That wraps up this week's top 5, and a big shout out to Seafoam for keeping us running smooth and making this fun video series possible. If you want more walleye and ice fishing related content like this, sign up for our free Target Walleye emails at targetwalleye.com, and I'll see you back in 7.